Just because someone wears a hoodie does not make them a hoodlum. His family.
The member is no longer recognized.
She shook the world.
Hey, Trayvon.
Do we love her?
Hey, Trayvon. I know you up in heaven right now walking on gold.
No matter how long it takes, are we in it?
And I know you're so proud,
If
man,
the
how strong
cameras
your
leave,
family
are we
is,
in
homie.
it?
Just
Say
want to tell you something, bro.
Trayvon. Trayvon.
I never thought wearing no hood could cost you your life. And I never thought you could just kill somebody and get out the same night. Every dog
I
that
stand
see that
before you
ball
today
don't
not
mean that he
knowing
bite.
how I'm walking right
And
now
everything that's black ain't even
because my
everything that's
heart
pure
hurts
ain't
for
white.
my son.
Cause you think that I'm doing
Trayvon
wrong
is my
don't
son.
mean that you right.
Trayvon is your
Cause the
son.
ones that you think that won't
I
is the
just want to
ones
say
that
thank
might.
you.
Certain
Thank you
people
for
in
all
this
your
world,
support.
the system don't like.
It means a lot to
When
me
you
and my
live and
family.
what you work is how they
We really
value your
appreciate it.
life.
We
I can
want
do all
justice for
things through
Trayvon.
Christ, who strengthens me.
His father, Tracy Martin, give Tracy a huge hand.
Good evening, everybody. First of all, I'd just like to thank each and every one of you for coming out and supporting us. Without you all, we really have no support. You are our strength. You guys are what keep us going. If Trayvon would have been alive, Trayvon would have been at this rally. Trayvon was a people's person. He didn't deserve to die. And I pledged I would not let my son die in vain. I just like to thank every one of you all for just showing us the love, the support, signing the petitions, and making sure that George Zimmerman paid for what he did to your son.
I want us.
Tragedy affects change. Awareness creates change. But people, white people, Asian people, Mexican people, black people, people are the only ones who can make change. You see, Trayvon Martin is the bridge. He symbolizes, he's the bridge to change. He's the face of a nation that is fed up with racial violence, discrimination, hate, profiling. Trayvon Martin is the face for a nation to come together as one to fight one cause. Okay, so it's not about white and black. It's not about, Attorney Crump said it best when he says we got to take sides. Yeah, we do got to take sides. We all got to be on the same side and fight this together.
What was your motive anyway? Why did you shoot him?
He didn't deserve to die, but I'll bet you money, if he didn't have that hoodie on.
What was you thinking, George? What was you thinking? We're going to get you in the back of that paddy wagon right there, George. You got to get rid of that mentality for things to change, you know what I'm saying? I was asking myself, because I was confused. I was asking myself, okay, what's the difference between a terrorist and a racist, okay? The difference is a terrorist will lock up in a second. No trial. Put him in jail as long as we say so. Nothing. Violate every right he's got. Won't have a hard problem doing it. He's a threat. But the only terrorist I see, the killer of Trayvon Martin, is the only terrorist I see who's terrorized this nation. George Bush signed the Patriot Act to keep me safe from the terrorists, keep them out of here. But the only terrorist I see, we haven't even arrested yet. People can only be patient for so long before they lose confidence. You know what I'm saying? They didn't want you to know about this right here. They were trying to wipe it under that rug and close the case and justify murder. Some of this blacked out's not meant for you to see. We got out here from Slim Visions, baby. It's the blackout. You heard me? 2 words or less, one in my best now. Big is just because of the arrest thing. That's really what this comes down to. Is there's no arrest made. Why? Why? I mean,
I want to say racial, but I mean,
you want to say, but why don't you say?
It's not necessarily a race issue. I think a lot of people are still scared of the black male, and they feel intimidated and threatened just because the way we dress, because the way we walk, sometimes the way we talk. So some people are still threatened by that, even though you're just walking with your hands in your pocket. I guess you can't walk with your hands in your pocket. You can't walk with any kind of swag. I don't know.
The only thing I can think of is why this man haven't been arrested is because the person that's supposed to push this issue of the arrest, it may be his son. It's got to be. I would do it for my son. But if it's not his son, I mean, you know, like, you're right. Why is he not arrested?
if it was my son, I mean, I'd go ballistic.
That's why I came out here. I done came out here to the courthouse. Courthouse behind me. This is why I done came out to, because this is where George Zimmerman needs to be at. We need to go ahead and slap the cuffs on him.
What was your motive anyway? Why did you shoot him? Self-defense.
He shot the kid, was unarmed. The little kid is on the 911 tape screaming for help, which you can clearly see or clearly hear. They also have witnesses as well, not black witnesses, 2 Spanish women that live in the neighborhood saying that they heard a little boy crying for help, and the guy was, you know, walking around the body kind of nervously after he shot him.
What was you thinking, George? What was you thinking? We're going to get you in the back of that paddy wagon right there, George.
This is for the person that really is supposed to make the arrest. It's been since February the 26th. Y'all, I already know y'all done figured this shit out because the whole world done figured this shit out. Everybody got this shit together, but y'all, the ones that need to make the arrest. Y'all the only one that ain't got this shit yet, but we know you got it because everybody else got it. Case closed.
Got everybody out here looking for this dude named Coney in Uganda or something like that. And you got this dude that's killed a kid right in your own backyard and nobody's standing up. Let's make some videos about that. Put your videos on Facebook, YouTube, anywhere you can post them, and let's bring justice for Trayvon Martin. That's all we asking for.
See, I think with Obama we learned that, and to me that was like the first time our whole culture stuck together. See, and we learned something as a culture during the Obama election 4 years ago. We learned that if we stick together, anything is possible and we can win. And as long as we all stick together as a culture, not white, not black, not Asian, not, you know, if we stick together as a culture, we learn that we can make anything possible. So I feel like, you know, his attack was attacked on our culture, you know. It was more than, you know, an attack on Trayvon's parents and his family. It was an attack on our whole culture. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I feel, and I feel that's what our culture is doing right now. In this case, we're doing what we did in that Obama election. We're sticking together.
And if he had been dressed more appropriately, I think unless it's raining out, and if he had been dressed more appropriately, I think unless it's raining out.
This guy looks like he's up to no good, or he's on drugs or something. It's raining and he just...
And if he had been dressed more appropriately, I think unless it's raining out.
It's raining and he's just walking around looking about.
That's me and the Reverend right there. See, this is back in 1996. That's the president of the National Baptist Convention right there. The president. That's Reverend Henry Lyons right there. This was before his little controversy. But I learned a lot from the Reverend. He taught me a lot. One thing I'll never forget, though, is when he pulled out a black piece of paper. And he pulled out a black marker and he wrote on it. And he asked me to read it, and I couldn't. And that's when he told me, you got to fight fire with fire. And our fight against racism was, he said, no matter how loud or powerful his voice is, they'll listen to me before they listen to him.